Good morning. Good morning all of you from our educational platform in online class of Belcha High School, Hajiganj, Chatpur. I am MD.Monjur Hossain, Assistant Teacher English, Belcha High School. Dear students, how are you? Hope you are keeping well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Alhamdulillah, I am also fine. Dear students, actually, we are very astonished that our classes were suspended many days ago, because our whole world is deadly affected with coronavirus. Though our whole world is affected the virus of corona, our government has taken a good decision to take the online class from various sectors. Dear students, now we can come to the point. In our previous class, I shared with you some ground rules of narration. I would like to discuss today the rest of the rules. So, come to the point. Today's topic is narration. I have discussed with you in my previous class in details the narration of assertive sentence and the interrogative sentence, and I am sure that we all have learned about how to change from direct to indirect narration of assertive or interrogative sentences. Now I will discuss with you about imperative sentences. That means if any sentence is written in imperative mode, how shall we change these sentences from imperative direct to indirect narration? Let's go. He said to me, come here. Here it's a reported speech and it's a reporting verb. Now we know that the verb of the reporting verb will be changed into indirect narration. Number one. Number two, we have to use a word instead of inverted comma here. Number three, we know that in number three the subject will be changed, but as it is an imperative mode, in imperative sentence there is no subject here. That means subject must be silent here. In imperative mode, in any sentence, subject will be silent. So we can go to number 4. Come here. In direct narration, some important words will be changed into indirect narration, and come and here, these two words are two of them. So, come here, it refers to order. It refers to order to somebody, come here. So, the words which are in inverted comma, and if this sentence indicates order, we have to change this verb into ordered. He ordered. He ordered. That means come here. It refers to order. So we have to write ordered in lieu of said. He ordered me. I have said or I have shared with you in my previous class, if this verb is changed into any word, to will be removed. So we shall not write here to. He ordered me. Then inverted comma. As it is in imperative mode, we have to use to instead of inverted comma. The to must be used in lieu of inverted comma in imperative mode. To come will be changed into go, here will be changed into there. He ordered me to go there. And we can see another example. Another example. My mother said to me, always speak the truth. Always speak the truth. Here we can see it's also an imperative mode. Always speak the truth. Here the speaker of the sentences is my mother, and my mother advised me to speak the truth. So it's it's the sentence of advice. So it indicates an imperative mode. We know that an imperative sentences refers to order, advice, suggestion, command, proposal, etc. So always speak the truth. This sentences refers to an advice. So it's an imperative mode. So we can write into indirect action. My mother advised me. Then we have to write to in lieu of inverted comma, as it is an imperative mode. Just remember, if this sentence is in imperative mode, to must be used instead of inverted comma, except or without let. And we know that the present form of verb will be used after to. So speak the truth. Speak the truth. Speak the truth always. It's an adverbial word. It's an adverbial word. Just to beautify these sentences, we have to use this adverbial word at the end of the sentences. So my mother advised me to speak the truth always. Now we can go to another example. He said, don't run in the sun. don't run in the sun. It's an advice or prohibition, we can guess it, yet it's a negative sentence of imperative sentences. That means someone, if anyone forbid others not to do anything, he can use don't go, don't eat, don't do it, don't come here. That means he can start this sentence as don't, or in this case, if we find out in direct narration, if any imperative sentences is started don't, so we have to use here he forbid, or he forbid to will be used instead of inverted comma, to run in the sun. That means he forbid to run in the sun. Here don't will be removed because forbid is used for this word. So just we have to use to instead of inverted comma, then we have to find out what's the verb here, and I have found it, run is the verb. That's why I must use run after to. And we can change these sentences into another way. That means if we guess this sentence refers to suggestion or advice, so we can write here he advised or suggested not to run in the sun. Just if we do not use forbid here, that means if we use the another word of forbid or without forbid, we have to use not to instead of inverted comma, not to. Then the rest of the sentences will not be changed. In imperative mode, sorry, I have forgotten to write the imperative sentences here. I am imperative sentences. If any sentences is started with let, what shall we do? Please look at the whiteboard. He said to me, let's move. Let's. If we find out if any sentences with started with let's, we have to know that it indicates a proposal. So we have to use he proposed. He proposed me. It's also an imperative mode, but this sentences has been started with let, and we know that if any imperative sentences is started with let, we have to use that instead of inverted comma, that. Then let's move. Here